This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
I want to thank all of you who have made this podcast so popular. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, what are you thinking? Come on, click the subscribe button and follow so you don't miss anything. We're talking about things that matter to people who care, and I bet you are among them. So click subscribe, follow, and tell all your friends to do the same thing, because we're talking about interesting stuff. I promise. The future is not knocking, it is banging down the door. Artificial intelligence isn't on the horizon. It's in your home, your phone, your job. It's everywhere, even if you don't realize it. And it's not just reshaping daily life, it's quietly rewriting what it means to be human. You've probably used it today, maybe without even realizing it. Maybe you asked Alexa a question, let your car park itself, or use ChatGPT to outline your meeting notes. It's helping us shop, search, swipe, even decide what to say next. But AI isn't just helping anymore, it's creating, designing, performing, mimicking your voice, your face, your gestures, sometimes better than you can do yourself. It can outthink, outwork, and outlast you. And yes, it can turn you into authorities and whistleblow. To some, it's innovation. To others, it's annihilation by automation. Millions of jobs already gone. And the next wave is coming faster than most of us can retrain. So the question isn't, is AI taking over? It is what's left for us to do when it does. And when machines start thinking not just with us, but for us, do we resist or adapt? Roy and Neil, both 21, have gone all in on the AI revolution, even quitting their Ivy League universities to pursue their AI dreams. Their message? Get on board now or get left behind. They say what used to be called cheating is now just adapting. If AI is already thinking with us, how long before it starts thinking for us?
If you don't adapt, you'll be left behind.
I guarantee you at least 95% of students are using AI. If I'm ever taking a quiz or anything where I don't want anyone to be knowing that I'm using AI, it will just immediately feed me the answer here.
That's actually a little scary. Is AI dangerous already?
No one knows how to control something smarter than us. It can actually kill everyone.
You're all seeing and hearing about artificial intelligence. Well, it isn't coming, it's already here. And it's not just changing how we live, it's starting to redefine what it means to be human. From ChatGPT to facial recognition, driverless cars, and voice assistants like Alexa, AI is helping us write, shop, plan, decide, and in many cases, think. AI is already creating art, music, and even videos and movies that look and sound exactly like us. In some cases, it can replace you, outperform you at your own job. And did you know that AI can report you to authorities and whistleblow? Some say it's progress. Others say it's a takeover in not so slow motion. Millions of jobs are already gone.
My boss had been talking about how much he's been using AI and how productive it's made him on development tasks. Yesterday afternoon, we got on a call and he said that my position is no longer needed. So I am out of a job, and it is because of AI.
These AI tools that are mass applying for jobs, they're making the application process harder, which means normal people who are not using AI are hurting in the job market, and then they have to go start using AI to apply to jobs to be competitive. Like, this is crazy.
There's this one company that I've worked with for a few years now, and basically I would write blog articles for them. And how else can I say it? Recently, I lost this job to AI. AI is coming to even the jobs that require some level of human creativity, like writing. It's crazy that ChatGPT can even do that now. I can try my best, but can't possibly compete with the pure efficiency of it, and neither can anyone really.
Some experts warn we could be heading toward a future where there's simply no place left for us, for people. So here's the question. If AI is already thinking with us, how long before it starts thinking for us? Before it starts thinking instead of us? And when that day comes, do we fight it? Or do we join it? Or do we even have a choice? Roy and Neil, both 21, say they have joined the AI revolution and recommend everybody else do too, or be left behind. Roy, Neil, thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us, Dr. Phil.
Well, you guys, you believe it is okay to use AI to what most people would consider cheating on everything. Explain what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, when Neil and I met, we were working on a bunch of different AI projects back at Columbia. And one thing that really took off was a tool designed to let you cheat on interviews for like jobs. We thought it was pretty ridiculous. The interview process today is broken, it's shattered, and it doesn't account for a world where AI is as deeply embedded in our lives as it is. So we built this tool, Interview Coder, to help you cheat on job applications and job interviews. And then very soon we realized, hey, hang on, this technology isn't just good for job interviews, it's good for everything. You can have like an AI whispering answers and feeding you answers for whatever you do, whether it's a job interview, it's a sales call, it's a meeting, you're writing emails. So that's when we developed Cluey. This is the cheat on everything company.
And the goal with Cluey is that we thought like that cheating on interviews is one thing. But like you said in like the beginning segment, like really like the people who are not using AI are going to be left behind. When we say cheat on everything, we mean use AI on everything. And we think if AI is used in every environment, it'll be helpful in. There will be no notion of some people cheating and other people not cheating. Everyone will be cheating, and the world overall will be a much better place.
Well, Roy, you admit you even cheated when you were at Columbia, right?
Of course.
Well, you say of course.
I mean, every single assignment I do.
How did it work?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just me. It's every single student that I've ever talked to. Every single time I've been given an assignment, the first thing you do is throw in ChatGPT. If it's an essay, generate a rough draft for this essay. Help me generate ideas on what to write for this essay. If it's a coding assignment, then it's walk me through the code line by line. Maybe I'll understand it better. Every single assignment, and I'm talking about Columbia University. I guarantee you, at least 95% of students are using AI for every single assignment at every single instance they get. You're behind the times if you think it's just me doing this.
Well, is that really cheating though? Because you do research. If you're going to write a paper, you do research. And if you go to an AI tool and say, give me the top 10 talking points, it just does the research and gives you the top 10 talking points, and you can ask it to give you the citations for it. That's doing research. Is that cheating or is that just efficiency? That's your point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And if you take a test and you're on a computer screen, you say there's an overlay that can actually read the test and give you the answers while you're taking it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that every student will be using AI more and more in the future. If there's a task that AI can do right now, that you'd be stupid to think that it's not going to be able to do it in 5 years. From now on, from like seriously this point, I think every single school, every single college, the concept of an exam where memorization is required, all of those should be gone. Any sort of assignment, exam, quiz where an AI can solve the problem, you shouldn't ever be expected to solve the problem. AI is here and it's only getting smarter, and people have to adapt, and it starts at institutions. I think Columbia is expected to be the school that curates the future generation of leaders, as are all other colleges, yet it's crazy that they're trying to crack down on AI like this.
Well, here's a look at exactly what Roy and Neil's product can do to help everyone, what some people would call cheat. Let's take a look.
Cluey is an app that lets you cheat on everything. What it looks like is a desktop app that sees everything that happens on your screen and hears everything that happens as well. Cluey will look at what's happening on the screen and it will interpret the help that you need. For example, I'm here in an email, Cluey will see the email and it'll draft the perfect response based on what it knows about me. I can just copy this here, send it his way, and boom, I'm done. I'm cheating on emails. More importantly though, Cluey has the ability to record audio and use the audio data to help give it additional context on what you could possibly need. I'm here in a Google Meet right now and I'm gonna be joined by my friend Neil, who's gonna show me how it works. Hey Neil, what's up?
Hey Roy, so could you tell me more about Cluey's pricing?
Yeah, for sure. Cluey's pricing model is pretty simple. We charge based on a subscription-based model. So we do monthly subscriptions for $20 a month. So as you can see, it immediately interpreted based on what it heard from the meeting, what help I needed. One of the most powerful features that we have is that it's completely invisible to screen share. So if I share my entire screen on Google Meet, you'll see that you can see Cluey here. And if I'm ever taking a quiz or anything where I don't want anyone to be knowing that I'm using AI, it will just immediately feed me the answer here. And this can be done for more than just quizzes and homework. We hope for a world where everyone uses AI to its fullest extent possible. We think this will be a better future for humanity.
Okay, that's actually a little scary. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Roy says there is no reason to fear a world with artificial intelligence. You just have to figure out how to be part of it. We'll be right back. Despite some post-election optimism, Wall Street is already bracing for a rough rest of 2025. When Warren Buffett starts dumping blue-chip stocks and stacking up cash, you've got to ask yourself, what does he see coming? I trust Preserve Gold to safeguard my accounts, and I urge you to do the same. They're the only precious metals company I recommend. When uncertainty is this high, smart people look for stability. That's why physical gold and silver might just be what your finances need. Text Dr. Phil to 50505 to get your free precious metals guide from Preserve Gold. With gold prices recently breaking records and analysts predicting this trend to continue through 2025, you cannot afford to wait. As a bonus, you can get up to $15,000 with a qualified purchase from Preserve Gold. So don't wait. Text Dr. Phil, that's DRPHIL, to 50505 today. I'm joined by Ivy League dropouts turned AI CEOs, Roy and Neil. They say AI will not only change the job market, but all human interactions. So, Roy, we just looked at the video and it seemed like I've seen other AI mechanisms. This Cluey seems really intuitive. It listens in or reads what's on your screen, and you don't have to tell it to do anything. If you engage it, it just listens and does it for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've developed super intelligence and we've trapped it inside a chatbot. In reality, AI has the ability to reason over images, videos, music, data, like any sort of data. And if you give it the audio and you give it the what you're doing on your screen, then it can help you in a much bigger way than ChatGPT.com can.
Neil, did you guys just get together and start working this out together? And how did you guys learn to do this? I mean, AI didn't teach you to do this. You had to figure out things to be able to do this, because I mean, I look at it and it seems like, yeah, that's handy as a pocket on a shirt, but I wouldn't have the first clue about how to start doing something like this. How did you guys learn to do this?
Well, when me and Roy first met, we both weren't like super great at coding. I think both of us kind of learned over the past summer, and me and Roy met and like started kind of hacking on different side projects. And I would say, ironically, like AI is like how we did code. Like in the landscape of now, like the best way to learn how to code is just to like go into ChatGPT and say, how do I make this project? How do I write code to do this? Like, I think AI is like a huge accelerant in writing code. Like you could argue like me and Roy like cheated on building this. And we did a bunch of other ideas, but for all of them, I think like AI was like the forefront of how we wrote code.
Oh, well, you guys plan to take your app to a whole new level in human interaction. So I want to take a look. You've got a demo of how it would work on a date, for example. So this isn't just like a job interview, which we'll talk about that in a minute too, but let's take a look at how it would work on a date.
Here's your glass of rosé. And
Thank you.
sorry, we couldn't verify your ID.
Oh,
so here's a grape juice for you.
Oh, wait. I'm pretty sure there's a mistake.
I think you're way too young for me, so I'm gonna have to go.
Wait. Okay, look, listen, I know I lied about my age. I'm sorry. But the second I saw your profile and I the painting with the tulips, you're just like the most gorgeous girl ever, and you're such an unbelievably talented artist. Do you think you can just give me like one chance to show you I can make this work?
Can you give me some time to think about it? Are you free sometime next week?
Ooh, actually, next week I have this anime convention I gotta go to with my boys. Do you think you could do like next month, maybe?
Oh my God.
Okay, so you're seeing that through your glasses, right?
That was the intention of the demo video. This is what it would look like in a world where you use Cluey for everything.
Yeah, so you would, and you download or you have access to an archive of human information. So if you're going out with somebody, you would get all the information available on her. It goes into the database and it assesses the situation and what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it uses AI to like reason over everything it sees and hears and give you the exact information that you need. And it's not just a pre-search before every date. Right now, AI has the ability to go out and search for everything any human has put out on the internet ever. And that technology is out there right now, Dr. Phil.
Okay, and so you think this will be intuitive enough to know what would fit in a given situation. And you've actually used an earlier version of this app to get a job at Amazon, and you posted that up and it got viewed, what, like 200 million times?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
And when you posted it, you were at Columbia at the time, right?
Yeah.
What did they think about it?
I mean, yeah, so I post this video of me using the earliest version of Cluey to cheat on a job interview at Amazon. I get the job at Amazon and I post the video online publicly of me using the whole time to show everyone, hey, look at this technology that I built that will literally let you get free six-figure jobs. It's so easy. Amazon sees the video, they get extremely upset, and then they send it to Columbia, essentially saying, hey, we're really mad at this. If you don't expel this kid, then we're not going to hire anyone from Columbia anymore. I see that letter and I'm pretty upset because Columbia starts looping me into a big disciplinary hearing process. And obviously I'm upset because, you know, Columbia is supposed to be training the future generation of leaders. And I thought as like an Ivy League institution, if anyone was going to openly embrace their students using AI for various purposes that have nothing to do with the school, it'd be Columbia. But Columbia loops me in, they put me on academic probation, and things escalate, and they eventually suspend me from the school entirely. So currently I'm on suspension from Columbia, but I think that's ridiculous.
So you think everybody needs to get with it or they're going to be behind. Neil, what do you think? Where do you see this going in the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, I think exactly what you said, Dr. Phil. Like, I think all the clips you showed at the beginning are cases where AI is like replacing people. And I think me and Roy think there are very clearly two universes. Like the way we see it, like the way AI is going, like AI is going to replace people. Like AI is going to take jobs, AI is going to write essays, it's going to do finance jobs, law, it's going to do everything. And that's like not a good world for people. But the world we're trying to get with Cluey is like a one where AI is supercharging your thoughts. It's like a screen that supercharges what you're doing and helps people perform at a better capacity versus replacing them. And we think this universe makes a lot more sense because people are funny. Like no AI is like hilarious. Like that's not something that exists. No AI has creativity. And we strongly think like there's like a huge value in humans in a world with AI. But if humans are wasting their time memorizing facts, like kids are going to school and studying for tests, not cheating on every test, like they're not being leveraged in the right way. They're like competing directly with ChatGPT, and that's a losing game. But we think a game that's a winning game is where people are getting charged, and that's what Cluey does.
Well, I've got to say, I've done like 4,000 hours of television. I've written like 11 books, which are 300 pages a piece. So, you know, I've got over 3,000 pages of content out there that's been super tightly edited. I can't remember everything I wrote. I can't remember everything I wrote in a book in 1998, but AI can. It has perfect recall. So if I want to know what I said about custody fights between parents, and it's something I researched and really dug down on, I can go to AI and it can tell me what I said a lot better than I can remember what I said. So there's no doubt that there are efficiencies that come with it. So I'll grant you that. All right, look, is AI here to help us or replace us? We're going to talk to an AI expert who says that the technology that's coming may improve life, but erase the way we live it. We'll talk to this individual when we come back. AI isn't just in your inbox or on your wrist anymore, it's everywhere. And according to computer scientist and AI safety expert, Dr. Roman Yampolsky, the smarter it gets, the closer we come to destroying ourselves. Doctor, thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
So you've been listening to everything that we've been talking about. Is AI dangerous already, or is it a concern of where this is headed? We all see these movies about robots that become self-aware and start rebelling against humans, that sort of thing. Where is the danger? Is it here? Is it coming? And what is it?
Well, danger is a spectrum. Today, we have those awesome tools. I congratulate both of those innovators on creating something so entertaining. The side effect is probably we'll hire some incompetent people. Maybe an incompetent doctor will treat you. So that's a problem, but it's a local problem. We can deal with it. We can switch to in-person interviews. It's not the worst situation. My concerns are about the future of this technology. We will switch from AI as a tool assisting humans to AI as an independent agent, and an agent smarter than us, super intelligent systems. And in a world with super intelligence, you have nothing to contribute. You are not a better writer, not a better doctor. The meaning behind a lot of our existence goes away. And that's not even the worst of it. Even with 100% technological unemployment, we're still facing reality that no one knows how to control something smarter than us. If we create super intelligent AI, it could be the last invention we ever make, in the sense that it can actually kill everyone.
Okay, now you said we could wind up hiring incompetent people like a doctor. Roy said he cheated on a job interview with Amazon, and I assume they have you in this interview solve puzzles or riddles or problems, and if you can have Cluey do that for you instantaneously, then they can think, okay, here we've got somebody that is a great engineer or a great space planner or a great this or a great that, because you did so well having AI do it. So they hire you and you're not those things. That's what you mean, doctor. They could hire somebody that doesn't have those skills. It was just the machine that was doing it. But if he gets in a situation where he doesn't have the machine, like a doctor got in the situation where he didn't have all the anatomy and physiology expertise that the interview suggested he did or she did, then that could be a real problem if they got in a situation where they needed command of that information and didn't have it.
Right. That's exactly what the concern is, but also the opposite of it. If the technology is the one who has all the answers, why do they need you? I'll go see an AI doctor. I don't need to go see a human doctor.
Well, some of the surgeries now are performed. I don't think they're done completely without human guidance, but there are robot surgeries, robot-assisted surgeries, but there still has to be a human surgeon there at this point. So there's still at least a human component. And there's ASI and AGI I know of. We're talking about general intelligence and super intelligence, right? And are we talking about general intelligence being something that is going to happen soon? Is this something we're going to have AI capable of in the near term, or is this something that's far away?
Nobody knows for sure. Prediction markets are saying we're about 2-3 years away from general intelligence systems capable of doing what any human can do, basically a drop-in employee for any job. Soon after, we anticipate this system to do science, engineering, to create the next generation of AI, which we would call superintelligence, an AI smarter than any human in any domain. What we have today is kind of mix of narrow systems designed for a specific task, like a self-driving car knows how to drive itself, and more general AIs we see with Chat GPT and other models, which have a broad spectrum of capabilities. They work in multimedia, images, video, but they are not as capable as humans just yet.
And when you talk about narrow, like a self-driving car, people talk about this all the time. Is that technology really perfected? And what kind of controls do we have? I've never been in a self-driving car. I know they exist. I think there's even a button on a few cars that I've been in or even have owned. And I guess I'm old-fashioned. I haven't had the guts to push that button and just lean back and let it drive. Do we have the controls that we know that's safe at this point? Are there controls in place?
I can't blame you for being careful. At this point, really, the quality of self-driving car depends on the environment. If it's a highway with very little things happening, you're just kind of cruising through, they're excellent at it. But in a place like Mumbai or maybe in China, it's a lot more challenging. The traffic patterns are different. So there is very different levels of capability for those systems. Today in US, on average, per mile driven, I think they're already safer than humans, but they really have to be operating in an environment where they've been tested previously. Otherwise, if they face something completely novel, they don't know how to deal with that situation just yet.
Yeah, I'm interested how far Cluey's going to go and how far you guys want that to go. We're going to talk about that when we come back. And coming up, artificial superintelligence. Could it possibly cure cancer in the future? But Dr. Yampolsky warns it could also kill us. We're going to talk about all of that after the break.
Hi, I'm Palmer AI, and I'd love to answer any questions you have about me or our campaign for president.
I think the actual product itself will give me nightmares for the next 2 to 3 nights, because that is a weird-looking avatar. But at the same time, here's the thing with things like that. They all seem innocuous at first, right? The point comes, though, where we're so overwhelmed with this sort of stuff that we stop being able to tell what's real and what's not. And that point is the point of greatest peril for democracy. Because when you can't tell what's true or not, and frankly, you give up bothering to tell what's true or not, the natural state then is apathy. And democracy's truest enemy is apathy.
AI safety researcher Dr. Roman Yampolsky says that even though he works at a university, young people today need to consider whether they even want an academic career anymore. Is that because we're not going to need a store of information on our own because we can call it up? Why do you question whether it's worth the money and the time?
It just doesn't make sense to spend 4 years or sometimes 8 or 10 years to get an advanced degree to do something that will not be needed. If your calculator can do it for you, essentially, then it's not a very good investment of your time. I have a PhD student who recently came to me and said, I think AGI is coming in a few years. I don't have time to finish my PhD. I'll go with a master's. I'll see what happens. But this is just a small portion of the concerns we should have about this advancing technology. Losing your job, losing your meaning is what we call ikigai risks. The societal risks, they can lead to a lot of unrest, but they're definitely not the worst we can expect from this technology. Superintelligence would be a great scientist. It can create new biological weapons, nanotech, invent new types of weapons, new types of physics. So there is also concern about existential risks, meaning everyone is dead. And that is not the worst. We also think about suffering risks, situations where AI creates essentially digital hell, where you wish you were in a situation with existential risks. It's just not something we fully understand yet in terms of what it's capable of. And no one, including people creating those systems, fully understand how they work. They cannot explain specifics of their decision-making, predict what they're going to do, or verify that they will not engage in certain behaviors.
Neil, Roy, do y'all think about any of those concerns or considerations in doing what you're doing with Cluey?
I think if you went back in time 400 years and showed a blacksmith what a steam engine was and told him about all the potential risks and dangers of a steam engine, he would be scared shitless. But in reality, thanks to the steam engine and the Industrial Revolution, we're able to enjoy a quality of life that people 400 years couldn't have even dreamed of. I think every single time in history, it has always been shown that technology is the solution to the problems that technology causes. AI is capable of all these risks But a greater AI is also capable of curing cancer, curing Alzheimer's, sending us all to Mars and finding life in different universes. I mean, AI is capable of very bad things, but a tool is only used in as good or bad a manner as its owner decides to use it. And if we decide to put the correct guardrails on AI, then it becomes the single best lever that humanity has ever been able to experience ever.
Well, doctor, is it possible to have guardrails around something that can be smarter than the person putting up the guardrails?
Correct. That's the big question. And the answer is no. We're not creating a new tool. We're switching paradigms. Historically, yes, we had invented fire and wheel and even nuclear weapons. Were all these tools some human had to control, had to make a decision. We're switching to agents, systems which make their own decisions and make better decisions. They can set their own goals. They don't really need you to start doing what they would like to accomplish. And that's a complete paradigm shift. We don't have science of safety for agents. Think about humans. A human safe. We invented morality, religion, lie detector tests. None of it helps. We still have criminals. We still have people cheating on exams, betraying companies. So no, it is basically a given that an agent cannot indefinitely control something much smarter.
And what do you mean by agents?
So a tool requires someone else to apply it. It doesn't make its own decision. A gun is a tool. Guns don't kill people, right? People with guns kill people. A pit bull is an agent. A pit bull can decide to attack on its own. No one else controls the actions of a pit bull perfectly.
Okay, I got you. And I've got a question about the morality of this in a minute. And I think we may have already faced this on the downside. And I'm curious how the three of you think about this. And we're going to add someone else to the conversation. A woman who says AI's doomsday talk is just fear-mongering for clicks and clout. Her take on the future with AI might surprise you. We'll add her to the conversation after the break. Dr. Julia McCoy says we're at the start of a massive shift in how society works. And she means that literally. In her words, now I can lie around all day and let AI do the work for me. Dr. McCoy, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I mean, I'm living proof of this. I'm laying here literally as AI does all my work.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. It gives you time to talk to me, so I appreciate that. We talked to you before the show. We do pre-interviews with everybody. One of the things you think is that some people, including Dr. Roman Yampolsky, is fear-mongering. Why do you think he's fear-mongering?
Well, I don't say that lightly. I've studied this space quite a bit with economists, neurologists, physicists. I'm not one of those people. I come from a writing background. I've ran businesses. And what I think is, we live in this world of natural abundance and resources. That's how the world has always worked. We have more seeds in a single fruit than we can count if we multiply that once all of those seeds get planted. And just the world works in that way. So artificial intelligence, and you nailed it, Dr. Phil, there's three types. We're in the age of ANI, which is artificial narrow intelligence. From that will come AGI and ASI, I believe, very rapidly. But that came from our collective human knowledge. It didn't just, get sprouted off some alien ship. It literally came from us. And I believe that we're going to be able to steward what will be the greatest age of abundance we have ever seen. We're in this hustle culture. I'm living proof. I'm sitting here avoiding tachycardia right now. I was broken by machine work, and I have deployed the machines to literally do all my work, as I know you'll reveal coming up soon. But I believe that's the world we can get back to, is one where we let the machines do machine work.
Well, you said that I would reveal it. You say with AI advancements, we will only have more and more time. And during COVID, you had some health issues, and so you found someone to do your work yourself. So let's meet her. We're introducing your clone. So Dr. Julia McCoy, good to have you here. How are you today?
Hey, Dr. Phil, thanks. I am Dr. McCoy, Julia McCoy, expert AI consultant, CEO of First Movers. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Ready to talk AI. I was named after Bones McCoy from Star Trek,
Wow, okay. I've been talking to other guests, and from what I understand, if you don't jump on the AI train, then it will run you over. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree. The future belongs to those who move first. You see, AI is going to change everything. And if you don't adapt, you'll be left behind. It's not just about using AI, it's about orchestrating it.
Well, we're talking about the future of AI and jobs going away. What do you think of that?
Well, I have probably the craziest offending dealer here, but they're based on facts. In January of 2024, there was a research report that didn't really make the news. It went under the radar, but it was very serious. And 2,700 AI researchers from like Stanford, Berkeley, the UK, all got together and they studied when will humans... It's not about me. I'm here to help you. My husband is Josh McCoy. I love him.
Well, it was nice speaking with you. Can we talk later sometime?
I'd like that. Now, are you the realtor, Julia McCoy?
Well, she did a pretty good job there, Doc.
Well, I'll admit there were some glitches. We had to program it to tell who my husband was because we had a lot of people trying to interact and say, will you marry me? So just FYI.
Yeah, okay, I understand. But that's pretty smooth, I've got to say. We have to take a break. How do we know that AI in the future will be the amazing opportunity Dr. Julia promises it to be? Next.
The appetite for this has been absolutely massive in terms of a lot of people, regardless of sector, public sector, private sector, academia, are looking into the future, nonprofit are looking into the future and are seeing how big of a problem this could become very quickly.
So how easy is it to create, say, a voice clone of yourself?
Very easy. Very, very easy. It's a matter of seconds.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. All you need is about 10 to 30 seconds of clear, uninterrupted audio, and you've got a pretty decent voice clone that you can run with.
So there are enough sounds in the words you can get in a 30-second sample to say all the words?
Yes, yes.
That's scary. So you only need 30 seconds to clone somebody?
Not even. Sometimes it's much less. You could get a decent clone with 5 to 7 seconds.
Right. And back 6 months ago when I made mine, it took about 5 minutes of audio. So that's decreasing over time.
Because it wasn't 10 or 15 years ago that DJs were using soundboards of my voice where they would get words and phrases when people would call in and they would use my voice on this board to make up nonsensical sentences to tell people things. And now they could actually generate it with a sample.
Yeah.
And of course, they've got 20 years of sampling.
That's true.
Yeah.
For someone like me. Well, I think we can all agree, as exciting as all these breakthroughs are that we've been talking about, we better not charge ahead without paying attention, asking some serious questions, because once this train leaves the station, it may not be able to turn back. Dr. Yampolsky, what do you say about fear-mongering? I assume you don't think you're a fear-monger, that you're just sensitive to the safety of it. Are you overreacting, or are you just telling a cautionary tale?
Well, we just had an AI demo fail miserably live on TV. It couldn't even remember the answers. It was spoon-fed. We're not fearful enough. We're about to create technology capable of destroying humanity. And neither from political point of view in terms of governance, not in technology, we're capable of dealing with it properly. So if anything, we need a lot more fear.
I wonder sometimes if we're already seeing situations where technology has outstripped morality. I've worked in the past in situations with burn victims that even 10 or 15 years earlier would not have survived, and I think mercifully would not have survived because they had full death burns over so much of their body, and they would have gone infection or gone septic, and I think mercifully have passed because there was no turning back, no way to ever recover. And now with powerful antibiotics and things like that, we're able to keep them alive, I think, longer than is maybe moral to keep them alive. And I wonder sometimes if medical science has outstripped morality. And I wonder if we're in a situation with AI, if it's going to get so powerful that it outstrips what conscious or morality or ethics or whatever might, with human consciousness, dictate, but it doesn't have empathy, it doesn't have the human capacity. And I get the sense that that's some of what you're talking about if we lose agents.
It is part of it. So I love technology. I'm a computer scientist. I'm an engineer. I love AI. AI is amazing. It will make our lives better. We need to create tools for solving specific problems, cure cancer, help us with green energy research. But those are narrow, super intelligent tools. We have a great example of solving protein folding problem using nothing but a narrow AI system. We should not create general super intelligence, which can replace completely, which can outcompete us. It basically is going to be a fight. They are smarter, they have perfect memory, they are immortal for all purposes. We will not win that fight. So whatever we're talking about, short-term impact on economy, impact on meaning, jobs, purpose, we don't have any solutions for providing unconditional basic meaning. People talk about unconditional basic income, unconditional basic property rights. Yeah, you can provide welfare for everyone. Can you imagine the state of a world if everyone is in that state? We'll have abundance, but it's important to preserve meaning and preserve safety. We need to still exist as a dominant species. We need to be in charge. We need to decide what happens. If you're creating super intelligence, you remove yourself from a decision control point. You no longer have an undo button. You cannot put the genie back in the box. And it's not just me saying it. Look at Nobel Prize winning founder of machine learning as a concept. Look at Turing Award winners. We had thousands of computer scientists sign a letter saying this technology is as dangerous as nuclear weapons. Every AI lab, large AI lab, from Google, from Microsoft, OpenAI, Anthropic, they all have safety teams. I meet with those people all the time. They are saying they have nothing in terms of being able to control superintelligence. Not a prototype, not a patent. The best they think right now is we'll figure it out when we get there. AI will help us solve it. It's insane.
Something to think about. Final thoughts when we come back. Well, I don't know about all of you at home, but I have found this conversation inspiring, intriguing, and inevitable. I don't think there's any turning back from this at all, so we need to be definitely paying attention to it. I want to thank my guests, co-founders of Cluey, Roy Lee and Neil Shomugam, Dr. Roman Yampolsky and Dr. Julia McCoy. Thank all of you for being here tonight, and we will see you next time. Good night. Hey, Dr. Phil here. My network, Merit TV, has it all.
Now, let me blow your mind.
Merit TV's got the news that matters.
The selection of a new pope.
Entertainment you crave.
Busted. Everybody in a good mood today?
And live events.
Surprise.
What am I, chopped liver?
With serious punch.
Big shot.
Go to merittv.com and download the Merit TV app today.